Hi everybody, welcome to edition of Cabin Crafts, and on this edition you're going to see my namesake, Cabin Crafts. So this is my log cabin. It was built circa 1840 down in Perry County, Missouri, where I live. This was a German corn crib. It was never a home, it was a corn crib. So we're going to take you on a little tour inside our little 1840 cabin, and it is an Airbnb. So let's go inside. All right, it's warm and toasty in here. So this is the bed, obviously. So as soon as you walk in, you have a queen size bed on the ground floor. The furniture was custom made by White House Creations in Bernie, Missouri. So this is a false rope bed. This isn't a real rope bed. It's just made to look like a rope bed so that you get that cozy 1840 feel. Over here, I'm going to walk in front of the camera a minute. Over here is the original front door to the cabin, and maybe Dale can walk a little bit closer so I can show you a couple cool things about this front door. Right here you see someone scribed, it almost looks like a poinsettia inside, and of course there's chicken scratch and words, and this is Telly up here, Telle. That was the family that owned this farm where we got this cabin from. And then down here is the really cool symbol that was scribed on the front door. This is called an eternity symbol, and you can see it was done with a compass probably and scratched into the surface. But in Pennsylvania you'll see designs similar to this on the big barns out there in Pennsylvania, Dutch country, and out there they're called hex signs. But I've done some research, and these actually were more of a blessing than, keeping bad spirits away. This was like a blessing on the grain. So this is the original front door to the cabin. We wanted to save that original hardware. So we're going to slide this open, and you'll see the bathroom. It's all been cleaned for the next guest to come and stay. Dale can, if he can go in there, maybe and show the sink, some of the amenities. The shower is porcelain tile, but it looks like logs. And then we've got a tin roof. See some of the detail of the logs. The cabinet, again, another custom-made piece by White House Creations in Bernie. They made the cabinet, and we've got water dripping because it's going to be really cold tonight, and so we don't want our pipes to freeze. We got the copper sink at Menards. So this is the bathroom. Pretty spacious for a little bitty cabin. Now, over here is the sitting area, and you can see we have an electric fireplace, and this will actually heat the whole downstairs. A lot of people ask me, why don't you have a real fireplace in your cabin? Well, I would love to have a real fireplace in here, but unfortunately there's a lot of folks who don't know how to build a wood fire safely, and I don't want my cabin to burn down, so you have to have an electric fireplace. And then behind here is this big blanket crane, is the TV. And I really didn't want to put a TV in, but some people that have kids and stuff, they just got to have a TV nowadays. So there's the TV. It will pull out. You can watch TV. You can turn it on the episode that the cabin is on, Restoration Road with Clint Harp. That's on the Magnolia Network. And the cabin, you can see the cabin being built on that episode, season 1, episode 3 of Restoration Road. They show us building the cabin. So if you want to watch how the cabin was built, go to Restoration Road. And I'll close this back. And you'll never know, except for wires, that there was a TV there. this little door here, this was the original door to the Brooks house's shed, which is my shop next door. That was the Brooks house. And the shed was falling down, and I wanted Dale to save me the door because the hardware on it is just so cool. And so he saved it, and it was in the basement for 2 years. And then when we got the green light to do this cabin, I needed a closet under the stairs so that we could hide the hot water and the electric box. And I was like, well, since we're going to use that old door, this would actually be a cool old door to use to hide the closet. So that's what we did. So we've got another old door in here that means something. That one was with the cabin. This one was from the Brooks house shed. So that's that. Got the little antique table and chairs. I got the table from Dottie again of White House Creations. This is a really old table. I don't know how old it is, but it's just as cute as it can be. And then these were my mom's little cane bottom chairs. They had been redone. And so these were my mom's chairs. So there's a little eating area. As you can see, this is a very small cabin. But people would raise 10 kids in one this size. This is a pie safe that was made by Dottie at White House Creations again. This is a brand new pie safe. And I commissioned them to make this for me. But in here is where we hide the dishes, the microwave. There's some movies, there's some games, first aid, flashlights, matches, bug spray, you name it. All hidden in the pie safe. Isn't that cute? Love it. Over here is our little kitchenette area. We've got a farm bucket for a sink that really works. Has running water. I just drowned a ladybug. In here is the coffee pods for the coffee maker. Under here is the mini fridge. And again, this whole cabinet was made at White House Creations. So this is the downstairs, and of course you can see out the window. We have a really large fire pit area with a swing and a picnic table. So there's that. Now we're going to go upstairs to my favorite part. So Dale's going to be taking the camera upstairs, so we apologize if it's a little wobbly. But this is the upstairs. So first thing you see as you're coming up the stairs is this beautiful 48 star flag. This was prior to World War II. My youngest son David got this for me for Christmas one year, and I thought that would be cool to see as you're coming up the stairs into the loft. And then of course we have another little chair and a desk that was made in Bernie. And then, ta-da! We have 2 full iron beds upstairs in the loft. The loft is actually pretty roomy. So the cabin only sleeps a total of 4 people because of the square footage and 1 bathroom, but you can see that 4 people could stay here very easily. And of course we've got a nice little sitting area, another TV, so you can sit and read. Keep all my extra sheets in here. Another piece from Dottie. And then over the beds, I don't know if Dale can get a little closer, but to the left, this first picture he's going to show, that is his great-great-great-grandfather, Lunsford Mahurin. He was in the 9th Cavalry, Company B, Missouri, in the Union, and it was his job to hunt down Jesse James and Quantrill's Raiders, Bloody Bill Anderson. I don't know if many of you know this, but Missouri was the 3rd bloodiest state in the Civil War behind Virginia and Tennessee. Missouri was very divided. It was a slave state, and the Confederacy was big here. And Missouri did actually secede from the Confederacy, but there was a young man named Ulysses S. Grant who was stationed in St. Louis, and he came down the Mississippi River on a campaign of taking back the Mississippi River route for the Union. So Missouri's Confederacy secession did not last very long. But that was his job, was to try to find these guerrilla warfare guys. And unfortunately, Lunsford got camp sickness and died at the age of 42. So he did not see the end of the war. He died like so many other soldiers did. More soldiers died of sickness than they did of bullet wounds in the Civil War. And that is how he passed away. And he looks exactly like Dale. Exactly. So he's going to pan over to the right. And here's my great-great-great-grandfather. There's a glare on the light. I don't know if you can maybe get that. But he's holding a pistol. It's from this. He's holding a pistol. There you go. He's holding a pistol and a rifle. And he's only 15 years old in this picture. And he was in Indiana at the time. You can see by the bugle on his hat that he was infantry. So he actually was in several campaigns down the Mississippi. He was at Vicksburg, I believe. My son has told me, he's researched it. And he lived through the Civil War without a scratch, and lived to be like 93 years old. So that is my great-great-great-grandfather. I do have ancestors on the Confederacy side because this is Missouri and it was very divided, but I don't have any photographs of them. Because my mother's family, my grandmother and grandfather got divorced when she was only 9 months old, and so I don't have any of the records from the Powell side of the family. So he's the only one I have on my mom's side. But that is Thomas Reuben Stucker, and that was his name. So the end of the Civil War story is actually kind of cool. So my son, who would be the 5th generation down from Lunsford, Mahurin, married Bloody Bill Anderson's great-great-great-great-granddaughter. So the one side that was trying to find the other side, well, they found each other and then they got married. So that's how that story ends. So anyway, this is a tour of our little cabin Airbnb. If you want to rent the cabin, it is go directly to www.airbnb.com/h/Sassafras Creek Cabin. And you could stay here, and I will be right next door at the shop. Thanks for watching, everybody.